Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and to honor Nigel Saunders because his site was hacked, that's what Zen from maybe Bonsai told us. So for Nigel, we're doing a Ficus Friday for you. And today is February 25th of 2022. It's 29 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 2 degrees Celsius. Let me get on this side so you can see. And we're going to do 1 part worm castings, 2 parts sifted soil, 2 parts fluorite, plus Ficus and azus to the root system. The subject again is Ficus, is our little Ficus benjamina called Too Little. So I found an unusual, this used to be a wind chime pot, so all I did was drill some holes in it, put some screen in there. Something different for a pot. And here's our Ficus. You notice it's got a big, tall trunk, but I'm not going to keep all that. I'm going to cut it back to about here and keep it small. And then I'll try to root the trunk. But for now, everybody wanted to see how our small ratcheting pruners from Ironwood Tools. So let's get in there, and I'm going to show you. Let me get that out of the way. We're going to probably cut it back to about here because this is where a nice little leader's coming up out of. I don't see anything different. So what I'm going to do is take our little pruner, get it in. 1, 2. Nice little cut. Perfect cut. Now, why am I wearing gloves? Because Ficus has a sap. Let me get this off the tool. Ficus has sap that some people can be allergic to and get some rashes on your skin if you're allergic to it. But right now, I'm going to take this nice big branch, this nice big top, stick it in some fish water, and I'll get a little pot later and root it. Now you can see all the sap starting to drip on it. So all I'm going to do is take my napkin and cut some of that off. I mean, dry it off. And in the last video, my it wasn't a mangrove forest, it's my avocado forest. So sometimes I get all discombobulated. So here's our soil. Let me get the pot out of the way. Right there. And before we do anything else, I'm going to take my hydrogen peroxide and dip, because I haven't sterilized these yet. And I'm just going to clip this back to about here. This one back to about here. This one's about here. We're just going to cut these back a little bit so we can get some vim and vigor into the tree. Like that. And something back about here. Just don't be afraid to cut it. Now this branch, I don't know if it's alive or not. It does have some green on it. So I'm going to take this branch and let's see. I'll cut it back to here. This one back to here. And all I got to do is just trim it like you're giving a haircut. Just see what you think you can do with it. I think I'll take these lower branches off and just take this one off and just keep the top like that. So let's see what we get out of it. Now these can be all good cuttings, so I'll put them on the side for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our root rake. Now this thing is grown in a plug. I'll show you the plug. Now I know Nigel Saunders is still under the weather from that COVID, so Nigel, you get some rest. Just lay back, relax, don't do nothing, don't go outside. You don't want to aggravate the symptoms so you can get better again. You just need your rest. Hot tea with lemon. And maybe some honey if you got some honey. There we go. We're just taking this off like that. Let me bring the camera in, or the tablet in more so you can see what I'm doing. I'm blocking your view. There we go. Let me hold it up like this and just try to get all the stuff off the roots. Now this is the plug that they use, and it's kind of a hard plug. So let's see what kind of roots we got out of this. And you know what? We may have to cut the tree back a little bit more, but we'll see. So let me put this on the side here. And put all this into here. Well, half fell in the bucket and half fell on the floor. But what are you going to do? And now I'm going to take my... All I did was take some fish water. And all we're going to do is try to get most of this soil off so we can see what we got here. Let's see what kind of root system we got. No, I don't edit my videos because I can't. There's no way for me to edit them. So all the mistakes you see, that's me. What are you gonna do? So now we got a big twirling root here. So I have to see where that thing starts, and all we're gonna get this big fat root off. And just like that, take it off, dump it. And we want to get this, we got to establish a base, but you can see that plug is still on there, so we're going to have to try to rake it away so we can expose the trunk and see just exactly where we're at. Now this was a cutting also, because you can see the bottom right about, let's see, where the heck is it? Right about there. So this was a pretty good cutting that they did on this. So we want to get this down to about here. So what I'm going to do, I should have brought my peroxide here. And we're going to dip. We're going to clip some of these roots off on the top. Let me see if I can let it drop on the floor. Zen, yes, I'll clean it up, Zen. There we go. Just like that. Just prune them back. Just get them back the best you can all the way to the trunk. Now we got a curly Q over here. So we're going to get that off. Just like that. There we go. So I think right now this will be a nice little root base. Just spread the roots out. There's some more roots that came off. So let's see how it would fit in the pot. There's some long straggly roots. So cut them there. And notice I'm doing this in the evening. It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. So if I make any mistakes, I've been up since 4 in the morning shoveling snow. 2.5 hours of shoveling snow today. And about an hour yesterday because it snowed in the evening and it kept snowing in the morning. How many inches we got? Probably 3.5. I don't know, but the alleys are the hardest to shovel. So there's a little ficus. Now I think it should go about here. Now we got this. This is a branch here. Let's put it out. I think it's something like this for a front, or we can make this for a front. But this branch might be just a hair long. So all I'm going to do is dip and clip them back a little bit more, just like that. Just a little bit more. We want to get some vim and vigor in here. Just like that. And it'll grow in the summertime. So that's what we're going to do right there. Put the cover back on our peroxide. Now, for the mix, let me open up the bucket. Get them up over here. Get the tools out of the way so you can see what I got here. Yes, I got a lot of mess here that I got to clean up, but what are you going to do? That's life. Okay, so let me show you the mix, how it looks. There it is. And all we're going to do is take our chopstick and hold it in, just like that. And just fill up our bottom. Now, before I do anything else, my niece got me some, from Fantasy Maker, some black lipstick. And those of you that want to use cut paste, lipstick is just as good because it's a natural wax. And somebody's going to say, how come you can always tell somebody that this is a black paste? You know, the paste that they sell for this. But hey, lipstick is just good enough. We got this at a slight angle. We'll put our lipstick on her so I don't get the cut wet. And the reason why I do this, because when I'm going to have it outside, I want this to heal over real good. And it'll prevent the water from going straight down the trunk and rotting it out. So don't be afraid to look for bargains on lipstick. You can get them at the Dollar Tree or different stores that have them on sale, or garage sales, because they sell unused, unopened tubes of lipstick. That's where my niece gets them. Okay, let's see. And don't be afraid to use it. So see how nice it stands? Okay, let's get this out of the way. I was pouring some soil. Hey, this was a regular wind chime. And nobody wanted it, so all I did was cut it off and figured this would be a nice little pot to use. There we go. And then I'm just going to take and just, let me hold it up here, and just get it into the roots. Just like that. There we go. And don't be afraid to make your own soil. Hey, if you can't afford it, you can always get cactus mix. It's a nice, fast draining soil for your bonsai trees. And don't forget, if you don't know, the main cause of death in bonsai trees is either too little water or overwatering. So if you can find a nice flat, they sell the wooden toothpicks. They're flat, and all you do is stick it into the soil, or you can even use a bamboo skewer, but a wooden one, and stick it in. Wait for 3 minutes at least. Pull it out, and if it's wet, don't water it. But make sure you stick it all the way to the bottom. Okay, so we got this all settled. Let me get this out of our way. And Tom, what did you forget to do? We forgot to add our azus. But you can still put it in. Just like that. There we go. I should have cut the spout a little more on the azus. Then here's our micus. So if you forget to put it in, and you got it planted already, we take our little chopstick and then we just work it back into the root system, just like that. Don't be afraid. You goof up, you goof up. We're not perfect. And don't be afraid to try a plant, any plant. You think you can bonsai it, try it. I'll have to think of the name. It's I think it's called a Fuji, something like that. If I can find one, we'll do it. But there we go, just like that. Now, this is what came off the wind chime. A little goldfish. Not a goldfish, I don't know what it is. But we'll stick it in here as our little decoration to hold it down. Now this is going to be in the basement. And right now, before we do anything, I'm going to take the surface tension out. Just like that. Now if the cuts are smaller than the pencil, you don't have to dab them with the lipstick. And being in the basement, it's not going to get rained on, so it'll all have a chance to heal over. And then I'll just take our water and just rinse it in until it gets nice and wet until it all runs out. And later on you can, right now they don't have sand, it's all frozen out by me, because I want to go to I got a landscape place that sells nothing but stone for people. You can, even if you're not a landscaper, they sell it to you. And they sell nice big bags of torpedo sand. So when it gets warmer, then I'll go out and get some torpedo sand, and I can decorate the top. Or you can just get some soil and some moss and decorate it. But that's our little tree. You can see all the water that drained out of the pot, so that's our little mix. And fluorite you can get at the fish store or PetSmart. I think I got this one at PetSmart because a lot of places don't sell it. That's easier for me to carry. And some of the surfaces that I've seen have all chemicals in it, you know, to dry up the soil. I haven't found one that is free. But that's why I stick with the fluorite. Easy to grab, easy to handle, cheap, and you can make a whole bucket full. So there's our little Ficus Friday for Nigel Saunders. And oh yeah, for Scott, for Let's Do Bonsai, get well too, my friend. I mean, you guys are sick, get under the weather, have some hot tea with lemon and honey, and just lay back and relax and eat a lot of soup. That's going to be good for you. Help you flush your system out real good. So, today's Friday. And what is Friday? Friday is dance night. So wives, husbands, get together. Those of you that boyfriend and girlfriends, just turn the lights down, push the table and chairs on the side, put on some big band music, dance a little bit, and sit back and relax with a nice hot cup of tea and enjoy the rest of the evening to listen when music was music. And don't be afraid. Relax. And Nigel and Scott get well, and Mark Saunders from Bonsai Garden with Mark Saunders, I hope you're doing well too. So you take care, everybody. Enjoy the day. Cup of tea. Relax, as right now I'm going to have me a cup of Sadaf tea because I got to take the chill out of the bones. Take care, everybody, and stay safe and have a good day.